on Alan Wake. Under the influence of the dark presence, I wrote a
Something
horror
that
story
I
that is coming
don't
true.
see
Jagger
talked
had
about
been my
a whole
editor,
lot.
making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. Some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story.
Together we can create something absolutely wonderful.
The leg, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. My mom gave me this old light switch.
The clicker.
Alice is being kept in a dark prison. I need to find
I
some
choked
way
on
to
water.
fix this.
Your fault.
Oh,
You're
no.
gonna pay for it.
Not the Black Cauldron Lake. Why'd I drink the moonshine?
Expecting a record crowd from the neighboring counties. Naturally, we hope to break the record set by last year's Moose Fest in our neighboring town, Watery. Ladies and gentlemen,
Fuck yeah,
God,
it's Deer
this
Fest.
podunk bullshit.
Shut up. Get ready for Deer Fest.
I think that this sums it up. It's about friendship and community. We've got a great party coming up.
And really, it's about family.
Hold it in until tomorrow. Get through the night in one piece, all right?
Much like the Star Wars sequels, Deer Fest is about family.
Someone will come for it when the time is right. Thomas said so. He wrote it. The key is insurance. It's my job to keep it safe. Safe in the light. Always in the light.
All the manuscript pages were gone. The FBI agent had taken them.
Oh no.
I think my tongue just took a crap in my mouth. Ugh. Oh, wait, we're in jail now? Al. Al, this is not good.
That about sums it up.
Yeah, that Cauldron Lake moonshine water will do that to you.
Never drinking again.
I need to talk to Weaver. She's the one in the song. The Lady of the Light.
That's right, we gotta reshape
So-
destiny.
Lady,
Yeah?
whatever you say, Al, but we're stuck here. They're not gonna...
interviewed Wake.
I had some reading to do first, Sheriff, and let me tell you, it was an interesting read. Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent. There's no way you're walking out of here. You hear me in there, Bret Easton Ellis? Huh?
Agent Nightingale.
Yes, we get it, Nightingale. You've read.
Well, we all want things, Sheriff. I wanted my... Look, that's not possible right now.
Agent Nightingale, I insist.
Guys, I'm having a cutscene. You should get out of here.
Wake, what's wrong?
Lady, are you stupid? It's a trick. It's an obvious trick.
Okay, I've had enough of this crap. Wake, I'm gonna trust you with this.
You're joking.
Agent Nightingale, your opinion would matter more if you were sober and if I actually believed you were here on official business.
Damn.
Whoa! Get back in the cell, Stephen King. The only way you're leaving this place is over my dead... Wait a minute. I know.
Well, that's one problem taken care of.
Light. We need light. It's the only way to fight this thing.
In my office. I've got your things there. Follow me.
Oh, man. We're sitting ducks with the lights out.
Stay cool.
So you were saying before we jumped into this?
I fucking forget.
Oh, that's okay. Nightingale reads the manuscript.
Nightingale tried to make sense of the manuscript. It was disjointed and strange. He didn't understand half of it, but it all rang true. Impossibly true. He took out his hip flask when he reached the page that described how he reached the page that made him take out his hip flask. It wasn't the booze that made his mind reel.
We've entered an endless recursion of time.
Power on.
It's the Endless 8.
Nightingale felt the situation veering out of his control, but the gun at least felt steady in his hands. He was ready to fire, resolved that he would let this happen over his dead body. And yet he hesitated. He had seen this moment before, read it in the page.
So is deja vu is it an effect of a glitch in the Matrix, or is it an effect of just reading yourself in a story that happens to be true, right?
Yeah, who knows?
Not Nightingale. Nightingale might have figured it out if he hadn't been, waving a gun in our face.
And waving a flask in his own face.
Inside of his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's probably not gonna work. I'm guessing we're dealing with something more powerful. But I could be wrong.
Here are your things. Wake, what do I need to know? What do you need from me?
They can be hurt in the light, only in the light. And I need to find Cynthia Weaver. She can help me stop this.
Light.
Their limbs.
Cynthia.
Their limbs, Sarah. You need to cut off their limbs.
I can get you there
That's right.
quickly in the rescue chopper. Come on. Let's
Ooh.
get back to your friend.
Helicopter sounds like the coolest and most dangerous thing possible in this scenario.
Wheeler, I need you to stay here. What?
Especially if you fly it into an EMP field.
That's correct.
Need to be warned about this, and I
An
can't be in
EMP
two places
field
at
made of a
once.
darkness
I need your help.
tornado.
Well, okay.
Here's a list of people and phone numbers. I need you to
Whatever
call them
you
and tell
do,
them you have a
don't
message
point
from
out
me.
that there's an
Night
EMP
Springs,
field before you
okay?
fucking
They'll
fly
know what
into
to
it and
do.
kill yourself.
Night Springs? Like the TV show? Gotcha. Oh, hey, that radio guy is on the list. Maine. Who's Frank Breaker? He related to you?
My dad.
Hey, is this like a secret society?
Can you do this?
Are you the
You'll be
Bookhouse
safe here.
Boys?
The backup power's on. These guys need to be alerted, just in case we don't come back.
You'll come back for me though, right?
As soon as we get the chopper ready. Thanks, Wheeler. I owe you one. Okay, let's go, Wake. Through the back.
All right then.
Hangover wants a pizza. You think there's any way I could order one, Al?
I mean, you could try. I don't.
There's nothing stopping you from trying.
I'm sure you could probably get somebody to deliver a pizza in this darkness storm.
Oh, hell.
I just don't
Whatever
know if
took
they would
Nightingale
actually
must
make
have
it
broken the
back.
gate controls. We can't reach the gate's control box from here. We need to get to the other side over the rooftop.
I'll go. I'll open the gate for you once I'm across. You stay here in the light.
I don't know
and
what I
cover
just
me,
blew
Sheriff,
up, but I
okay?
just blew up
Are
something.
you sure? Okay then.
Hey, that's what's important.
I love that she didn't even notice either. Alright, we might have to parkour our way through this. Unfortunately, we can't Yuwa shock our way through the gate, since we already did that the first time. Alright.
I needed to reach the rooftop to get to the other side of the broken gate.
I mean, I know what I would do in this scenario, and it's probably wrong, because that's what you're supposed to do.
Because if you're like me, you would have jumped on those pallets and tried to get up on the top of the awning, right?
Exactly.
And I feel like I would have done that in real life too, because I would have seen the ladder and I would have been like, yeah, but you know what would be really cool? If I just mirror's edged it a little bit.
I wouldn't have even found the ladder. I would have just tried that, and it would have worked. Maybe it did work.
Maybe it did work. Maybe this is the rewrite. Maybe...
This is, what's the word I'm looking for?
This is what happens when Alan wrote the original script, because he's an action crime writer. He would have written it that way, and then Barbara, as his editor, would have been like, this is not a crime action story, this is a horror story. You can't just do parkour. And Alan's like, I tried to write the parkour as if it would have worked, but unfortunately it couldn't be. He would have had to properly set up Faith Connors as, like, a character in the first couple of chapters.
Yeah, you know what? This is the rebuild script.
Yeah. 1.11, you cannot rewrite.
You cannot parkour.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no!
Well,
you cannot parkour.
Alan Wake 2.22, you cannot parkour. Look at them knock all that garbage over. There we go.
Hey, Sheriff!
I've noticed that the
password.
only
Night
time
Springs? What's that all about?
that we ever run into any kind of performance issue at all is when the birds are on screen.
There's too many birds.
Too many birds. Too many birds. Yeah, I say that too many birds will spoil the stew. I don't know if that's true, though.
Hey.
Yeah.
Item limit reached.
No.
Should know better.
To bypass the damaged control box.
He's got some big coat pockets.
Hold on.
You could probably shove a couple more batteries in there. What? Where?
Oh, there's some gunk.
Where?
On the inside of the door.
Oh, there we go. I thought he, like, tried to grab it, and it just shocked him.
Oh, man.
Like that.
Smart.
Good job, Wake. Okay, stick close.
Good
Let's
job,
stop at the
Raiden.
town hall. The keys to the chopper are there.
Oh yeah, get the fuck out of the way of that.
Damn it, I lost the perk.
You deal with that for a sec, Sarah. I'm gonna blow this up before it comes back to hit us. So hey, you know something else that I love about this game? Aside from literally everything? I love that the people in Bright Falls eventually come to help you. You're not doing it all alone.
This is like the final act.
Yes. This is, depending on how you want to look at it, either the first half of the final act or the penultimate act. Yo, you want to hit that guy? There you go. And for the most part, you kind of don't even have to fight too much. Like, you can definitely save a lot of ammo just by letting Sarah kind of do it.
Look out!
Oh,
yeah,
God.
but where's the fun in that, I say?
It's Deer Fest. It's alright. We've got this, this is our co-op run of Alan Wake. What you can't see is that Bix is actually tuned into this one.
That's right.
We're playing a modded copy of Alan Wake.
And that's why Sarah here is getting so many more kills, is because I'm the second player.
Yeah, that's right. It's really crazy that Remedy patched in the ability to do co-op in Alan Wake 12 years after
Drop
the game
in, drop
came
out co-op.
More than a decade after its initial release. Drop in, drop out, cop out.
That's right.
Follow. There is a voice clip that is always burned into my brain now, and it's just, you have a stop and a follow command in the original Fable.
Yeah.
And it never changes. Like, they only have the one recorded line for it. So in my mind, every time I just hear, follow, follow, follow. Grab some of these. Part of the other I imagine something's gonna burst out of these. Like that guy over there.
Oh no!
And you know what's a
Oh
really,
no!
You know what's a really bad idea?
Having a dog that keeps barking?
I was gonna say ducking in front of somebody who's blasting openly with a shotgun, but yeah. That's another one.
Well, no, ducking is what you want to do. So that they can shoot over your head.
Well, not like running in front of them, though. Not because you're dodging into it. Don't worry. Listen, you might think that things are going a little off the rails here, but I got us some Energizer brand batteries. It gives us the strength that we need to keep on going and going and going.
And possibly even going.
Over here!
Possibly going as well. Sarah, don't
And
go
here's
in
those
there.
screen effects again.
The bitrate's gonna kill us.
My back, Wade.
Yeah, I got you.
It's an ambush.
It's weird. The bitrate actually responds kind of well to these screen effects.
It might help that I've boosted it quite a bit. We were running at about 3,000. We are now running at 4,000 on average.
Nice.
Which hopefully What? No, sir. I see what you're doing, and I don't like it.
Don't approve.
Oh, jeez. Get a load of this guy. Get a load of this friggin' chump. See you, chump.
Oh, you gonna cry?
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye. Oh, look at little Lumberjack Jr. You gonna cry?
See you, chump.
Sarah, go get your wrench and fix that damn door. You're trash, Hartman. Is it open?
Let's go, Wake.
Okay. I'm glad that the effects come across well on camera because it's a really pretty effect.
They probably don't come across as well in Control, despite looking way better, because I don't have the processing power to run that game.
No.
I already got
Neither do I.
once today. How about I look for the keys and you get burned for a change?
Fine. They should be in the clerk's office on the other side of the building, near the main entrance.
Gotcha.
Alright, alright.
Here's a note regarding common parlance.
Yeah?
What Alan just said is incorrect, because electrocution refers specifically to death by exposure to electricity.
Was furious. The story in the manuscript had been
I did not know that.
all the time, but now the light had set the writer free and hurt it, weakened it. It was only a matter of days.
That's actually really
before
interesting.
His presence would be strong again, but meanwhile, it would be difficult to recapture the writer.
Okay. We're back here.
And non-lethal exposure to electricity might be referred to as electrification.
The message was from Barry.
That
he was
makes
getting worried
sense.
at the station. He wanted us to hurry.
Yeah, I bet Barry wants us to hurry. Oh, hi.
Hey, why don't you stop, though?
I implore you to reconsider. And of course, the mayor's got a hunting rifle in his office.
Naturally.
Hunting's a way of life out here. And he's got his own private coffee maker. Oh man, I gotta be the mayor. I should be the mayor of a small town.
Don't you already have your own coffee maker?
I have two, but I don't have my own mayor coffee maker.
True.
Oh, you see that door close on its own? That's the dark presence at work.
The dark presence of the mid-2000s video games. Mid-late 2000s.
Late 2000s. For a second there, I thought that was like a Super Famicom.
If only.
Okay, Sheriff.
I found a Super Famicom, often referred to as the NES overseas. I just decided to put this in my story because I thought it was cool.
Why isn't he inside?
Channeling Ernest Cline for a moment.
Oh god.
A little bit.
Oh god.
Barry.
Barry! Look out! Barry, move! Barry!
See, what
He
you
made it
didn't see
inside,
was the
He's
fact that
okay.
while he did that flip in midair, he used his superpowers to flip over that bus with his
Left.
hands.
Come on, Wake. Let's go around.
That's right.
We can meet him in the back.
It was a very Alex Mercer move. Oh, hello there, statue.
We're gonna play that game live on stream. Maybe not the second one, because it's got weird performance issues sometimes.
If you...
And also because it's not as good.
It's not as good. I would like to play the first one, only because I really don't like the second one.
Stay sharp. Company.
But also because I kind of can't get the first one to, or the second one to run properly. Prototype 2, among its other myriad issues, has the issue... God damn it. It's fine. It's alright. You didn't need that, right, Sarah? We have 6 of them. I think we're okay. Among its myriad issues,
We can make it through the
it also
bookstore.
has the
Wheeler should be
problem
waiting for us in
of
the backyard.
Sometimes when you play that game on certain PCs, it just doesn't start for no reason.
Oh, hi, Doc. I've got it. Don't worry about it.
Sarah, about time somebody
That's my book.
showed up. All this shooting in the air is idiotic. One of these days they'll kill somebody. And over Deerfest.
I know, right?
You see his hand clip through the window?
I did. He's that excited for Deerfest.
It's me they want. The sooner I get out of here, the sooner you can all get back to life as usual.
I hope you're right. Come on, let me get this door open.
Wait, you got the keys to the bookstore?
Perks of being the sheriff. A girl needs to get around.
Why don't we just toss like a flaming barrel through here?
That's what I would do.
That would have been faster.
Set the trash can on fire.
It actually would not have been faster because we would have had to set it up more, but it would have been
They're
cooler.
really taking advantage of your presence here, Wake. I heard they're selling a lot of your Alex Casey books.
Right now, I'm not a big fan of my own writing.
Of course.
Of course. Speaking of...
Yeah?
Cynthia Weaver worked hard, following her obsessive rituals, sometimes fighting them, always giving in to them in the end. She haunted the halls of Bright Falls' abandoned power plant. She marked her caches with light-sensitive paint that could only be seen by eyes that
Did you say
touched
cache
by
or
darkness
cache?
and saved by light like she did.
Cache.
She was
Caches.
preparing defenses and supply lines for the war she knew would come. The war between the forces of light and darkness.
Uh-huh. I see what you're doing here, game. So they're name-dropping war for a very specific reason. And we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But first, what's up here?
Nothing.
It's kind of astounding.
Oh, you see that?
How to catch dope fish. There it is. I knew that was here somewhere. So dope fish.
That's the real prize.
For anybody who maybe is not aware of what dope fish is, was an enemy in the Commander Keen games, and was something of an in-joke for gaming for kind of a while. It's sort of died out in recent years, but it used to be kind of all over the place.
Look,
Just another one of those ways that you can tell that this game took place in, was written in 2008. Hmm? Anything over here? Yeah.
Swim, swim hungry. Swim, swim hungry.
You okay there, dope fish? I mean, Bix?
Swim, swim hungry.
There's that breathing again. Dun 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 dun.
No.
Hey, Scout from TF2's up in there. He'll be able to help us out. Probably.
Yeah, he's got the bell.
He's got ample provisions. Get these flashbangs.
Speaking of ample provisions.
50% off? I'm sold. What do you got in here? How about 100% off? How about the 5-finger discount? Nothing under the bleachers.
What about in the truck?
What's in the truck? It's a manuscript page!
Barry got back to his feet inside the Bright Falls General Store and dusted himself off. Right next to the cans of baked beans was a locked case filled with flare guns. And yet here was a conveniently placed barrel of crowbars.
A barrel of crowbars.
A conveniently placed moist barrel of crowbars.
And arm himself to the teeth. Barry threw himself into the role.
Good for him.
Right? I appreciate a character who knows that they're in a story and immediately takes advantage of it. Caution. Church. Better steer clear of that one. They don't usually
and
like
guess what? There. Guess what? He's totally right to think that, because he's totally in a story.
And if you're not going to be the protagonist, you're probably going to die.
Especially in a horror story.
Yeah, like if you're not immediately up to the task of dealing with whatever's going on and not questioning it, you're probably just going to die.
Yep.
Speaking of...
One might even say you were already dead.
Piece of my mind about this lock.
Omae
I told him to get it fixed.
Here they come.
Nani?
Let's take a break.
I'm down with that. Let's take a break. Survive the assault.
Current objective, survive.
Oh god. Yeah. Survive until the no credits.
Survive until the game is like, nah, you're done.
Omega fatty acids are good for your heart. Eat fish. And flaxseed. Grab me this shotgun. Hello, spooky monsters. Goodbye, spooky monsters. Where'd he go?
Where is he? Where'd he go?
Why does that sound so familiar to me?
You'll get it. Someday. Until that day, I'm gonna keep my peace.
Alright, that's fine. Because it's really bothering me. It sounds really familiar. Like, the specific cadence is so clear, and yet so far away from me.
It's probably closer than you think.
Probably, huh?
Okay, it's open. Let's go, Wake.
Okay.
'Cause I know.
Oh, it burns! Oh, the consecrated ground!
Wow.
We keep them
They don't
lit
like me
all
in
night
here.
long on the night before Deerfest.
Why?
Well, it's tradition.
Why?
It's tradition that makes it okay.
Why?
We're almost there. We'll have to go through the basement to get to the parking lot.
Why?
Yeah, there's no way going through the crypt will turn out to be a bad idea.
Let's move.
Oh yeah, is it time for your Crypts of Carthus?
Yeah, we're gonna meet the Crypt
Catacombs.
Keeper down here.
Could have run into Nito.
That's right.
That's real fucking Nito.
It's super neato. I don't know where it's coming from. Oh, there it is. There's some stuff up there. Sheriff no longer.
But he had one thing that you haven't got.
A hat?
A big bushy beard.
A great big bushy beard. Had to get rid of all them crusty jugglers.
Travelers.
Did you call 911?
Oh, that's good. Barry!
You like that one? Tough audience. Well, I got plenty more.
Look at this warrior of light.
Protection.
Yeah, he's doing it.
Against vampires.
The helicopter's just across the parking lot and up the hill. Come on.
I love
Find
everything
Barry
about
of
this.
The light, gone mad with the lights.
No, you're gonna have to edit that out too.
Oh shit. Remedy's like, how dare you enjoy this music?
How dare you, says the RIAA. How dare you enjoy this single without first paying $20 for it?
The Bright Falls General Store is now my favorite place in the entire world. See this headlamp? It's like a superpower. I can just look at one of those things and they die. It's my flaming eye of Mordor.
I love you, Barry.
I wish I didn't.
It's the fucking best.
No,
Hey,
don't take
I
it
want
back.
a headlamp.
Last one.
Bastard.
Nobody else.
Alice had screamed until she had no voice left to scream. Around her, the darkness was alive. It was cold and wet and malevolent and without end. She was a prisoner.
Yeah, I know what
trapped
that's
in a
like,
dark
huh?
place. The terror would have burned her mind out, but one thing made her hang
Come get
on.
me,
She
DMCA.
could sense Alan in the dark. She could hear him. She could see the words he was writing as flickering shadows. He sensed her too. He was trying to work his way to her.
So here's something, right? I like that Alice is not, like, a non-entity in the story. Like, she's still trying to claw her way out to get back to. Despite the fact that she's not around, she's not purely damsel in distress. She is still a character.
And she's still, like, in peril. It's not like she's in stasis.
Right. Anything over here? Grab me one of these. No, you guys go on ahead. It's okay. I just got something to take care of over here. Yeah, that was worth it. 2 flashbangs? You kidding me? You know, it would have been helpful if you guys, like, came with me. But it's alright.
Well, do you want help or not?
I'm just saying, I would have liked for them to have offered.
Oh!
Guess what? Chainsaws hurt.
Hey, Resident Evil 4 taught us that.
That's right. Oh man, could you imagine like a grisly fail state cutscene where Alan just gets his head chainsawed off?
Pretty easily, because I just picture the same one in RE4 but with Alan Wake instead, which you could probably mod that in.
Yeah, you probably could, and it would look great.
It would look great.
They both got cool jackets.
The helicopter's just up ahead.
Both got like similar loadouts for the most part.
Except Alan gets to keep his.
Yes.
Is there an alternate costume for Resident Evil 4 where you just get to keep the jacket?
That's a good question. I don't believe so.
That's bullshit.
That is bullshit. Because it's like the coolest jacket ever, and you forget. Like, you always forget that it's only there for maybe 10 minutes. Maybe. Because you lose it immediately.
You lose it immediately! And it's good enough that they sold, like, replicas of it.
It's good enough that I would still buy one now if I could get my hands on it. I don't even wear tiny jackets. Or Sherpa. For a second there, I thought, like, a Titan had just dropped in. I was like, I don't remember that being in this game.
No, stand by for Titanfall, though.
But have you seen Titanfall? Big old tornado. Oh, this isn't going great.
This is a fair bit less than ideal.
Got more losers inbound.
See you jump.
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye. Yeah, there's a flare. There's those flashbangs coming in handy too.
Good stuff.
Putting in some generous overtime. Man, look at this nonsense.
Oh no, not the pre-fight, not just the pre-fight checklist. No.
We can learn about nature and ourselves. Here's my pre-flight checklist. Does it go up? Does it go side to side? Can you land it? Good to go.
You know what they say about landings?
I do know what they say about landings. How you guys doing up there? I don't know. I look at this thing, like, going on with, like, the spears, and I'm like, maybe we should come up with a different plan that doesn't involve flying around, like, this dark tornado spinning metal. Like, we're talking about a situation in which terminal velocity is being applied, but on two different fronts.
Yeah. It's narrative provenance. Don't worry about it.
That's right. There's also the possibility that every time that Alan just takes one of these axes like directly into his face, it's fine because they're actually just hitting you with the handle.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Narrative provenance. That was a close one.
That was pretty close.
Hey, guess what I'm about to say?
What?
Narrative provenance.
Guess what I'm about to say?
What?
You're cutting out pretty heavily, but I can understand narrative providence.
Hey, that's all that matters.
Let's get out of here.
Was dangerously close to the blades.
Better put an end to this.
Just get me to Weaver, Sheriff.
You're taking a big chance on a local crazy lady, Al. I hope you're right about her, or we can kiss this town goodbye.
Oh man. The only thing that can save us now is buying followers, primes, and viewers on bigfollows.com.
Get that credit card ready.
Barry, get me their number.
I guess you New Yorkers are used to rough situations like this.
Right. The city's a war zone. King Kong, mutant alligators, and Alex Casey shoots the place up every weekend. Look, I never even carried a gun until a couple of days ago.
Well, my dad used to be a cop there. Tells some pretty wild stories.
Stuff like this?
No, just normal bad stuff. Kind of like your books,
Wait.
I used to tease Dad that he was just
What do you
like
mean
Alex
that you've
Casey.
never picked up a gun before? You have a shooting range trophy in your house from years ago.
On the metaphors, maybe.
Nobody's ever said that before.
I've never noticed that line. That's really weird.
Yeah, that's unusual.
Further up the river.
Well, no manuscript is perfect, right?
Just get me there, Sheriff.
He wrote in the inconsistency to make it more believable. It's a glitch in the enemies. You know what would be great? Alex
what?
just helicopter kicks it right now. Just comes in from out of frame and kicks it until it falls. Like it has nothing to do with the birds at all. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. You guys get out of here. I'll deal with these birds. Got any items? Items would be nice.
And the thing about that is, I find that totally believable. I believe that a single-minded swarm of aggressive crows could totally bring down a helicopter.
Yeah. A single-minded swarm of birds can and has taken down airliners before, so yeah.
One bird is enough to bring down an airliner.
Yes. This is true.
This is known.
This is infamous.
I played that game once. I rented it. Remember when you could rent games?
I do.
I rented it. I played it. I beat it. I returned it. Never thought about it again.
So apparently, I've heard that each of those games gets better than the last one.
Something about the chain for the door to open.
All right, well, I'm gonna shoot the chain.
Yeah, just you gotta heat the key.
That's right. Done. I didn't even notice the board.
Yeah, no, me neither.
Oh, hey guys. How you doing? I have no items. What? But yeah, I've heard that each of those Infamous games gets better than the last one, and I would hope so, because that first one was, like, interesting, but not great. And I own a copy of Infamous 2 that I've just never played. And I heard that Infamous Second Son was supposedly, like, this really awesome game by developers that I actually like a whole lot, but fucking never played it.
The first game was a glorified third-person shooter, honestly.
Yeah, and that was kind of the worst thing about it, was like, I will never understand how that game got to be so popular when Prototype was its direct competitor, and Prototype was actually a superhero game, and not just a fake third-person shooter that traded a gun for electric powers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Here comes another VOD mute, I'm pretty sure.
And here's a new song from a band that they always remind me of our local rock legends, the Old Gods. I couldn't tell you why. I guess it's just, you know, one of those things. Anyway, here's Poets of the Fall and their latest single, War.
So.
All right, you get it out of there.
Nope, you can't, because guess what? Big combat encounter. And also,
fucking sucks.
I also kind of want to talk about this song in post, so we'll have to go through this combat encounter. This song is great. Poets of the Fall is a great, great band. Come get me, DMCA.
How dare you like our artists? That's not what they're for.
We would have, if we didn't have to pay them, we wouldn't. So here's something else, right?
Yeah.
The reason that Poets of the Fall specifically keeps showing up in all these games is because Sam Lake and the frontman of that band, I forget his name, are like actually good buddies in real life. And it's been like
that is like the second successful dodge I've seen you pull off in this game. To be immediately followed up by that.
I pressed the wrong button because I was trying to think of that guy's name. I was gonna say, why dodge when I can listen to music? I can only do one of these things at once. Requires all of my headspace. War is a great track. And War is the one that kind of has the least to do with, like, the remainder of what's going on in the game, as opposed to Children of the Elder God, which is obviously tied in directly, and fucking The Poet and the Muse, which is also, like, directly about Barbara and what's his name? Barbara and Tom.
Zane. Thomas Zane.
Tommy Zane.
Good old Tommy Zane.
That's right. Just like Billy Shakes.
That's right.
And you can tell, because, like, the music is still pumping in, like, from all the way over here.
They want you to hear it. They want for the VOD to be muted. Okay, we're good now.
Yeah, now it's fine. Oh, I remember this puzzle.
It was close, but I had to find a way across.
You ever have that situation where you're playing an old game and you're like, I remember this, and then you get a chill down your spine and you're like, wait, I remember this. That means it's either really good or really bad.
Yeah.
Hey, Bookhouse boys. I'm glad that you left this here after I wasted all my stuff listening to Poets of the Fall.
Wasted all your stuff in that segment that didn't happen.
That's right. That segment that has strangely missing audio. It's the dark presence of the RIAA that somehow mysteriously mutes the video and requires me to go in and post.
Should just edit in some royalty-free music.
And
you're like, yeah, this is Poets of the Fall.
That's right. I would, if I could get away with it, I would, like, dub in me playing it badly on the guitar or something. Except that would still get claimed because they...
That would totally get claimed.
Like, live versions of recorded songs are often claimed, which fucking sucks. You can't get through this door. Oh, he got through the door.
He totally got through the door.
I love this charge move that they do. It's really hilarious. It's just the animation, like, directly beforehand that I find hilarious, because it's like they're going Super Saiyan.
You know, like you do.
Yeah. You ever see those edits of, like, Madden and FIFA covers, and it's just people screaming and going Super Saiyan in the middle of the soccer field?
Yes. Yes.
I love that so much.
Making her way through the water pipe alone, Cynthia was angry.
Not for Vegeta.
Foolish young man, taking unnecessary risks. And the way he broke the rules. Didn't he understand what was at stake? Since the terrible days in the 70s, she hadn't wavered once, as hard as it had been. She was tired of protecting the town all these long years, and now only wanted to rest.
We're almost there. We have to find the Lady of the Light gone raven with the night. That's how we reshape destiny.
Yeah, that's right.
Any more spooky people? Oh, here's a painted-on fuse box.
Is it painted on?
A little bit. It's like a 3D object, but just barely.
Just barely.
It's still painted on, but it's like a paper mache project that was.
Yeah, it's slightly raised.
Slightly raised for Alan's pleasure. You know what this reminds me of also?
What?
A similar but way worse sequence in Heavy Rain. Remember the butterfly maze?
Yeah. We shouldn't talk about Heavy Rain.
No, it really doesn't deserve to be talked about. I still own a boxed copy of it, and I don't know why. You know, I'll say that game it plays really well on a first run through when you don't know what's going on. And then as soon as you know what's going on, or as soon as you stop to think about the writing, it just falls apart.
Because of course it does.
That's right. And we got another Red Room chair here.
The story I had written
with the
in
manuscript
cabin had
page.
come true.
How do you like that?
Touched by the dark presence, I had written a horror story, but the end was still missing. The story was incomplete, and the last unfinished page of the manuscript still sat in the typewriter in the cabin study. If I could get back there, if I could read the page, then I could write my own ending to this story and save Alice.
The show...
You gotta save the 360 wife.
That's... in some ways, I regret saying that because it's like the most derisive thing I could possibly... It's practically a slur. And Alice is great. But that's awful. I wish that it... Alice, unfortunately, her character model is the one that's the most uncanny in the entire game. And it's pretty much all in that opening cutscene for the most part.
Yep.
And
it's all in that 360 hair.
I can't tell you how many times in... Ooh, coffee. I can't tell you how many times in waiting for this bridge in the original game that I would just fucking jump down here out of, like, morbid curiosity to see if I could, how far it would set me back.
Yeah.
Because, of course, that's the kind of player that I am. I like that. I forgot about this. I like this little shifting, I guess combat encounter. I guess it counts.
It counts.
Face me, birds. Birds, face me. Gonna get burned out of the sky. Okay, we need to cross the bridge. Can we make it? No.
No.
Wait. No.
No.
That's too far away.
Now you have to go back to the other side.
This tweed jacket is so heavy. This tweed jacket filled with bullets and flares and candy bars.
You may be pleased to know that I found out through direct measurement that yesterday I was wearing 10 extra pounds of leather and steel.
That's great. Leather jackets
I thought you would
heavy.
enjoy that.
I do.
Leather jackets are heavy, steel-toed boots are also heavy.
They are. And I relate to that greatly.
It's a time for more Night Springs? Hell yeah, it is.
I love this episode.
Such philosophical concerns are by necessity abstract. And yet, some of us can find concrete proof of the nature of our existence in Night Springs. Tonight's episode.
God, that bridge is so fucked up.
It's just going for it.
Hello, Martha. What did you want to show me?
Oh, Lydia. Thank God you're here. Please, it's in the basement.
Oh, Martha. Oh, that's amazing.
Isn't it just? I found it here this morning.
It's like it
Oh
isn't
no.
there,
Oh no, it's a portal.
I can't look straight at it.
Get Geralt on the case.
Yeah. He hates portals.
I hate portals.
Well, I'm trying to work.
Did you put this thing here?
In a way. To be more precise, I put everything here but that.
Really? But what is it?
I feel like that lady is trying to do an impression of the, this is a specific pull, but I feel like she's trying to do an impression of the police officer in Twin Peaks, and she sounds so much like her. Like, it's fucking spot on 120%.
Well, surely it's just an ordinary basement.
Is it?
And it wouldn't surprise me if that was like the reference that they went for.
I don't know.
But to be fair, it might also just be her voice.
Oh, no, I couldn't do that. It would probably turn into a plot hole. Might be one already. Could sink the whole enterprise.
Oh, my.
It could turn into a plot hole. I really like that.
It's good.
And you're just not helping. You should just go back upstairs for a cup of coffee while I try to figure out what I'm up to.
Yeah, it sounds like a plan.
Maybe I should just stop here. Or is that too moronic?
No, it's exactly as moronic as it needs to be.
Who can tell?
It's a fine line between the stupid and sublime.
In Night Springs.
That's so good. Hey guys.
Hey, you're doing it.
Right? Anything over here? No.
I want to say there's a manuscript page.
I don't see any.
Is it on the hood of the red car? That's a red car, right? That's a black car.
That's a black car.
But with the lighting, it could have totally been red. You wouldn't have been any the wiser.
Yeah, I had to directly shine my flashlight on it to know for sure. So how do you like this? How do you this is what I'm talking about. Alan gets like a shocking amount of support in this game.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh no.
I think Dark Souls has entirely ruined me on dodge mechanics because I always expect it to be space. And it's fucking never space.
Why would you play Dark Souls on a controller? Or on a keyboard, rather?
Keyboard and mouse are actually, like, way more comfortable for me.
Oh no.
It's alright. Also, just because, like, the mouse sensitivity and the ability to really kind of get it moving all over the screen is, it's something that I need. Like, controllers always feel clunky to me afterwards, you know what I mean? It's like going back to a stick shift after you've driven with an automatic for several years. Hey! Stop that. Stop that. It's rude. Oh, Jesus. I can't see much of anything. Might have to switch over. You know, I've said it before and I'll say it again, but combat does get kind of surprisingly intense towards the latter half of this game. And it's well done, like, it's balanced for sure.
It is intense.
It is exactly as intense as it ought to be.
Uh-oh.
Alright. You guys be careful out there. I need you guys around for Deerfest, okay? Bookhouse boys?
It's right around the corner.
It's just around the river bend. Just around the river bend. There we go. We got all
There's that breathing again.
Yeah, what is with that?
It's me. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Just don't do it again. What'd I fucking tell? Stop it. Why are you trying to ruin the stream? That's my job.
Hey, you're not my parole officer.
That's true.
Can't tell me what to do.
If I was, I'd be getting paid more.
And yet still not enough.
No. I love that punch. Even if it blinds you for a second afterwards, just catching it on like catching it on the melee is really satisfying.
I recognized the logo on the power plant sign. I'd seen a version of it painted all over the area, signifying hidden caches of supplies.
There it is.
I wasn't sure whether or not I should call it caches or caches. It was entirely because I played a lot of Fallout 3 as a child, and I remember Three Dog referring to it as a cache. Only exasperated the issue later in life upon learning French, in which I had learned that cache was in fact a word of French origin. But this is getting pedantic.
Hold it right dare!
Miss Weaver, Cynthia, I'm a friend.
Prove it!
You knew Zane, Thomas Zane. You're the Lady of the Light in the song. You can help me.
About time. Young man, I've been waiting a very long time for you.
Hey, log lady, what's up?
It's in the well-lit room.
Excuse me?
What you'll need to drive the darkness back. The well-lit room is at the dam. I built the room to keep it safe.
Will it help me find
Sure
Alice?
did.
Will it get me back to the cabin? Fine, let's go. I can get my friends to come back with the helicopter.
We won't go outside. Never at night. That's rule number 1. You've been breaking rules, young man, and where has that gotten us, No, I have a secret route, a lit route, an old water pipe.
Oh, that's not good.
Something was damaged at the transformer yard. It's drained all the reserve power. Without it, the pipe will go dark. The power to the yard must be cut.
Let me guess. You want me to do it?
Young man, you're the one who likes to break the rules. I can't be outside in the dark. The kill switch is outside.
So what you're saying is we'll have to engage this kill switch. Also, there's something in here. There's another one. Oh, there's another dope fish. There it is. That's
I see it.
That's how you catch dope fish. And a coffee. You don't mind if I take this, right? It's your whole coffee thermos?
It's mine now.
Hurry! The switch is on the wall facing the shore. I have been preparing for these times. The dark tides. I found my ashes.
We have found your caches. Alright then. Oh. Go ahead and solve the rest of this issue. So, our resident log lady in Cynthia Weaver is so incredibly, like, well prepared for all of this that she has been single-handedly managing and replacing all of the lights in town for essentially years.
Weaver had sent me to cut the power to the transformer.
Decades, even.
I was willing to do grunt work for her.
Very possibly.
I hoped Weaver was dependable. I'd stumbled into
like since the shit with Thomas Zane, I would say.
She had been living this insanity for decades.
Rule number
See?
1.
Decades.
Never go out at night.
I could see the kill switch that would cut the power to the transformer yard. Now I had to find a way to reach it.
Rule
you ready
number...
for a puzzle?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I am. Okay. Rule number 1. We're the tunnel snakes. Rule number 2.
And we rule.
And we rule. Rule number 3. Always remember the lantern. Remember where number 2 was. Rule number 4. Remember how to count. Rule number 6. All work and no play makes Cynthia dull. What? Who wrote this? Cynthia, did you write this?
These damnable floodgates.
And look at all this water. It hasn't been stopping shit. Rule number 2, keep the lights on. Eh?
Can you... No.
I thought for sure.
You are not permitted.
You are not permitted, sir. Am I missing something? I might be missing something.
I've always been terrible at these kinds of puzzles.
Oh, okay. It has to be in a certain order. There you go. Puzzle solved.
Good job.
Thanks, Colonel.
Good job, Raiden.
Who designs these things?
That seems really bad, but also simultaneously what is needed.
The transforming
Yes.
yard went dark and dead. Weaver's water pipe passage should now be good to go.
There we go. Thankfully, we don't need a stasis module in order to do this one.
Good thing, too.
Save
Because we don't have one.
No, we don't.
The game has one, but it refuses to let us use it.
It's written in there somewhere. Unfortunately, you need to pay the extra DLC to get Isaac Clarke to help you out during all of the combat scenarios.
Yeah. It was a really weird pull that they did, but I think it worked out for the best.
It was okay. It's just unfortunate that you have to listen to him whine about Nicole the entire time.
Well, hey, it turns out she's dead.
What? What do you mean Nicole is dead? Cynthia! I require your assistance. Boom. God, this thing is just flooded with light.
As it well ought to be.
Hey, Cynthia.
This way, young man. Follow me. Come, the pipe's empty now. We're ready to go.
Of course, of course.
This way. We need to go. I knew them both, Tom and Barbara. I had such a crush on him. Such a beautiful man. I was jealous.
Change the bulbs.
A part of me that
Do
was
it.
maybe a little glad when she had the accident. And then Tom started writing and woke the darkness up. He tried to bring her back, but
The darkness wears her
can't do
face.
that. There are no free rides like that.
I'm starting to realize that.
In that case, young man, perhaps you're a smarter man than Tom was.
No.
Which looked like her.
Fucking no.
It wasn't.
And rule number 2 over there, of
Sweet.
course.
He didn't understand until it was too late. He tried to undo it, wrote himself, her, everything he'd ever written out of the world. He
Yeah.
was so famous. And afterward,
But unfortunately, that's just not the way that it works.
he
Yep.
left only one thing behind in my game, in case it happened again. Insurance. He trusted me. Or perhaps used me a little.
Curse you, Thomas Zane.
Knew I wouldn't refuse him. I built the well-lit room and put it there. It's been waiting for you. We are characters trapped in a story you have written, and none of us will survive to see the end. If the darkness isn't stopped, she'll twist the story to her own dark ends.
How do you know all this?
Tom, that's the way he wrote it. He still talks to me, you know, in television, from beyond, from below.
Uh-huh.
We've both been touched by the darkness, young man. He saved us both with light, but the darkness stays with you. You sustain. This pipe will take us directly to the well-lit room.
Okay, I need to call my friends, tell them where we're going.
Hello? Al!
Barry, we're headed to the dam in one of the pipes. Meet us there.
Okay, I'll tell Sarah.
It's Sarah now?
Whoa! No! Sweet love!
She didn't like him calling her by her first name.
Whoa.
We gotta go see if they're okay.
Can't believe Sarah intentionally crashed the helicopter.
Reach the well-lit room. This is
Can't
no
believe she
time to
flew
be
it into that EMP
That's my
field.
best friend.
Oh my god.
Well, be a fool. I'll use the pipe. I'll meet you at the dam if you make it.
I warned them about the EMP field.
I love that he totally doesn't make that landing.
Right?
She knew how to stay
Like,
safe.
it goes into slow motion and everything, and he does a pose, and he still fucks it up. Oh, it's good stuff. Hello?
Sarah was almost starting to relax. Maybe they could turn this into a win yet. Suddenly, there was a piercing sound, like a table saw gone wild, as 100 birds made out of shadows swarmed into the rotor. The chopper bucked wildly and the board lit up, telling her what she already knew. They were going down. Barry Wheeler screamed next to her.
Those damn birds.
Those son of a bitch birds. I will kill every last bird on the face of the planet by the time this game is done. Starting with that one. How dare you take
Don't you
away
touch
Barry.
that sumbitchin' boat. That boat is mine.
Get off the damn boat. The boat is mine.
The truck boat truck. I love the truck boat truck.
Gonna kill all these birds with this here gun bullet. There was a time when Squidbillies was like damn near 50 to 60% of the entire Adult Swim runtime.
Yeah, it was wild. And you know what? Fair enough. I like me some Squidbillies.
It was an interesting concept.
The concept was stupid, but that wasn't the point.
No, it was a piece of artistic genius. Much like that maneuver that I just did.
It may not be art, but I like it.
Thanks, Spider-Man. Do you see the? Do you see right there the waypoint just like freak out and go to the other side?
No, I didn't.
That was interesting. Maybe I'm going crazy. Maybe it's
Maybe you're going
gamer
crazy.
dementia.
Maybe it's the dark presence, also known as gamer dementia.
Yeah, that's correct.
Maybe it's bad syndrome.
Maybe it's bad syndrome.
The crash site looked bad, but as far as I could tell, the wreck was empty.
It's crazy that Barry transformed into a helicopter only to crash moments later. I told him that he shouldn't subside purely on Michael Bay movies, but he just didn't listen.
He just didn't listen.
No, Al, it's fine.
Barry! Barry!
I swear their production values are off the charts.
Hang in there, I'm coming!
Hey guys, what's up? You guys having a shootout? Back off, please. Yeah, they're doing it. Like, this is a full-on action moment. Everybody's involved.
This is your cabin sequence.
I mean, there are cabins in this game.
Yeah, no, the real cabin sequence was at the beginning. You know, with the cabin.
You know when to
I
make
don't
an
understand.
entrance, Wake. We were ready to make like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
I have a different ending in mind.
I understand that reference.
Thanks for asking.
I knew you'd be all right.
You know, that bit with the cabin and the 360 wife?
Yeah.
Weaver will meet us at the dam.
It's a good thing that they can hear Alan from all the way over here with his hushed voice.
Hey, everybody's really good at throwing their voice.
Yes. Everybody has learned the secret to theatrical projection.
And ventriloquism besides.
Yes. That's the secret of... That's why everybody has the nutcracker mouth.
Because they're all dummies?
Yeah, everybody's just a talking ventriloquist dummy. Shut up, Barry.
I love these.
Oh man.
They're great.
I should have
See
hit that
those
gym
lights?
membership.
That's the elevator we need to take.
Who does that remind? That reminds me of some. You know, it reminds me of Marvin from DP2.
Yeah.
How like
Yeah, you're super right.
Half of his dialogue was just making up fake movie titles.
It was great.
Nothing moves like
I am
that.
so bummed that Marvin turned out the way that he did.
At least he had redemption at the end.
Yeah.
Instead of like, whatever weird shit happened in the first game.
Oh God. I don't even like thinking about the ending to the first game, and it has nothing to do with anybody except Kaysen.
Yeah.
Wow. I think we're okay.
Kaysen is enough.
Kaysen is like one of the worst
I got a bad
antagonists in video games to me right now. And the fact that DP2 ended the way it did made me so happy.
Couldn't we just wait here, please?
I guess no spoilers. I won't necessarily go into further detail. But man,
go watch our videos about Deadly Premonition 2.
Deadly Premonition 2 is a great game.
A great game with some great bugs.
A great
and
game.
Some great performance issues.
Not too dissimilar to Alan Wake, in all honesty.
Hey, did you know that we like Twin Peaks?
They're coming. We have to hold them off.
This is a Twin Peaks household.
That's correct. If I ever get to the point where I have children, they are not going to be allowed in the home until they've at least seen the entirety of Twin Peaks. Like, I will take them out of the blankets in which they are swathed, and I will give them homework. And if they're too young to understand it, well, that's just too bad. I will train my children to be strong enough to defeat me. Only
train
then.
Your children to be strong enough to appreciate Twin Peaks.
That's right. If you can't enjoy Twin Peaks Season 3, then you haven't earned the right to have dinner tonight. And don't pretend, because I'll know. I'll know if you're lying to me.
Ow, please, you'll get us all killed.
I'm saving you. Don't tell me what
Shut
to
up,
do.
though. Why do I have to do it, huh?
Why do I have to press this button? You were in here before. She's not even looking out there when they were advancing towards us, and she's just not even looking.
What's the plan, Wake?
Well, Weaver's crazy, but she's got something Zane left behind.
Maybe it's written in the story that they're not allowed to hit the button. Only Alan can do it.
Sarah Breaker has a fear of buttons.
Seriously? Might as well be Paul Bunyan or Bigfoot.
Yeah,
And
well,
Barry has a
he was
crush on
real.
Sarah, so he wants to try and empathize with her by also pretending to have a fear of buttons.
Well, then how is the clicker supposed to help us if everybody's afraid of buttons?
Alan needs to be there to give heroic resolve to explain how the clicker works. Also,
There's another nice car.
The clicker isn't a button, the clicker is a clicker.
Look at that nice car.
Yeah, it's a good car.
I bet I'd be a good car.
There's a button over there that opens the door. I think something's broken. Hold the button down so we can get in.
Oh, come on. Why can't you hold the button?
Why can't I, like, prop a broomstick up against it or something?
Right? Why can't I just hit the button repeatedly with this coffee thermos until it sticks and stays? Ah, shit.
Ah, shit.
Get to the dam through here. What's
I
happening out
got some bad
You
news.
guys go ahead and find Weaver. She should be in the dam now. I'll have to make it alone through the top.
I got some bad news bears over here.
Don't get yourself killed.
Please, be careful.
I'll take good care of Barry, Wake. You just look after yourself.
All right, guys. You be safe. You be safe and you be smart. And I'll be out here shining a flashlight at these demon Poltergeists.
There's nothing but you, me, and this big empty tank they put between us. This big empty tank that narrative provenance put between us.
Let's read about Zane's shoebox.
Thomas Zane knew he had to remove all that had made this horror possible, including himself. That was the only way to banish the dark presence he had unleashed and now looked at him through the eyes of his dead love. But he also knew that despite his best efforts, it might someday return. So even as he wrote himself and his work out of existence, he added a loophole as insurance, an exception to the rule. Anything of his stored in a shoebox would remain.
Interesting. He added a second rule, which was that he could sell those shoes back at a higher profit. Any kind of limited Adidas would come in handy later, with which he could use the funds to buy several flashbang grenades.
That's so mundane, I love it.
I'm glad that you like it. Hey look, I can see the end of the game from here. Is that my house? Jesus.
You're losing health rapidly.
I know, I was like, what is going on with this? Usually they only clip you like once or twice.
I think it's because you were running away.
Probably. I think I was running into the cloud of them.
Like they couldn't get far enough away from you that they would go in, or they couldn't get close enough that they would start to retreat, but they were close enough to still hurt you.
Ridiculously outnumbered. The searchlight could even the odds.
I thought about selling the searchlight for extra cash. I later decided against it. Come on, guys. Ow. It's so comical. Whenever those things like come out of frames, I just think that it's, for whatever reason, that's just the funniest shit in the world to me. It's like all of the intensity of like a fly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a bug just comes in and zaps you on the shoulder. Alright, guys. Here you go. I know what you want. You want one of these. How about you? You want one of these too? There we go.
Yeah, that's the way.
That's both of them. Now I've got 26 shots in this shotgun, which seems like it's a bit much.
You got 22 gun bullets, 21.
That's right. And my headaches are only getting worse.
You will go no further.
That's what you think.
Harry Dresden-esque headaches are only getting worse. Oh shit. Well, that's not great.
Look it.
Go on, Alan. It's time for you to do the thing that you do best. Run in a straight line for a prolonged period of time. There we go.
You have to use your rider's sprint.
This is why you don't drink, kids. Or smoke. Alan Wake doesn't drink or smoke. He just vapes and praises the Lord. And he does that in his own way, often with shotguns and flashbangs. Bye. Parkour! Oh man.
Jump.
Oh no.
You didn't jump.
I did jump.
You jumped too late.
I jumped and I thought I could grab the edge and I was like, wait a second, this isn't Mirror's Edge. Parkour! Shouting parkour at the top of your lungs only helps so much. Also, the reason that shouting parkour at the top of my lungs didn't work is because I've got this condenser microphone, like, very close to my face.
And that's why you fell and died, because you couldn't channel the strength of the parkour gods.
That's correct. If,
Children of the parkour gods.
Children of the parkour gods. Hey, Barry, shit's really popping off over here. Ow! The well-lit room.
At least you didn't have to press the damn button that time.
Well, thankfully, Cynthia Weaver was here, and she does not have a fear of buttons.
You made it. Well done.
Narrative provenance says she's allowed to push the button.
It was a foolish chance to take.
You've completed the gameplay sequence. Well done.
I have looked after the well-lit room for many, many years.
Good job, Raiden.
No shadow in the well-lit room.
Colonel,
Our
I've managed to avoid being impaled by metal.
And changed regularly based on their make and model.
Right.
What's the problem, Barry? After everything that you've seen, this sounds like a really good idea.
There's an old army base at Raid Cove Point, north of here. It was active during the Second World War. They operated here back then. They must have built this.
Yes,
yeah, must
they
have,
did.
huh?
It's my place now.
Thanks for the exposition.
Sheriff Sarah Breaker, daughter of Captain Keyes. Not Miranda, though. Sister to Miranda
Not the
Keyes.
room anymore, because 6 and 33 and 118 need changing soon, and I don't want to climb up the ladder to change them because it's very late and I'm tired. And if you take it, I won't have to do that anymore.
The page was autobiographical, a memory from my childhood. But I didn't write this. It was a page written by Thomas Zane. None of them were supposed to exist anymore.
Alan, 7 years old, would fight sleep to the bitter end. When he did sleep, he soon woke up, screaming, the nightmares fresh in his mind. One evening, his mother, sitting by his bed, offered him an old light switch. She called it the clicker, and flicking the switch would turn on a magical light that would drive the beast away. To imbue the talisman with all possible power, she added that it had been given to her by Alan's father. Alan never knew him, and anything of his took on mythical proportions in his mind. With the clicker firmly in his hand, Alan finally slept like a baby. Now, almost 30 years later, Alan thought of this as he stood on the rim of Cauldron Lake, the clicker in his hand. He took a deep breath and jumped.
My mind swirled. I'd given the clicker to Alice, yet it was here. Zane had written it into existence, in a story I had written. I can get to her now. I can finish this.
I too can mute the VOD.
That's chapter 5 of 6 of Alan Wake.
And we're about 20 minutes over time now.
We are. The other thing that I'll say here at the very end of it... Quit to main menu. The other thing that I'll say about that isn't, like, directly clear, which I find super conceptually neat, is the well-lit room is so aptly named because there is not a shadow cast in the room. Like, to the point that Cynthia is aware of each of the, like, each potential burning bulb based on manufacturing make, model, and year, and it's like, she's been maintaining it to that degree. Like, just thinking about the logistics of, like, how you would actually set up a room with literally no shadows at all, and then also maintain it based purely on memory and categorization, that's nuts and so cool.